Hello and welcome back to my channel. We are continuing our journey through as many interview questions that we can think of for DevOps and SRE roles. The point of these videos is for you to be ready for any interview that you face for DevOps or SRE positions. Today we're at question number 178. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. That's nothing for you, but it does wonders for my channel. So I really would appreciate if you did that. Okay. As you might know, I did some research on LinkedIn based on job descriptions. I came up with 15 topics, and you can pause and read the topics. The ones at the top are more important than the ones at the bottom. So if you're studying, I would really focus on these 15 topics, but I would spend a lot more time on the ones at the top than the ones at the bottom. However, some are a little bit off, like Kubernetes and Terraform. They show up at the somewhat at lower level than I would think based on my own experience, but this is what the data shows. So today we're at topic number 12, Terraform. As I mentioned before, I don't know why Terraform came at number 12. Really, it should be like number 4 or 5 based on my intuition and experience. But for some reason, based on the 35 job description that I looked at, it didn't come up. It only came up at number 12, but it is what it is. Okay, question today is going to be a very simple and short one. The question is, why do we need a terraform.tfvars file to begin with? So here, really the interviewer is looking for is your knowledge about how you code in Terraform, but also your knowledge about how software is deployed in production, some of the best practices. So in this case, a particular one. So that's what he or she is going to look for, even though they're not going to actually spell it out for you. They're just going to ask you a question like this. You can read this slide for yourself. This is about my career advisor. Just take up his free session. I'm not financially affiliated with him. He's very passionate, so please get his help when you need it if you're in the job market. Okay, so first of all, the idea here is one of the topics in what's called a 12-factor app, right? You should look that up, and one day I really should do a video on that. But because we're focused on SRE, not so much at actual software development, I didn't focus on the 12-factor app so much. But one of the principles of that is you want to keep your code dry. Dry means do not repeat yourself, right? So if you're writing Terraform code for development environment or staging environment or production environment, your actual code should not vary at all. Your config files, namely terraform.tfvars file, will have variables defined, and those variables will have like production region, production auto scaling limits, based on the environment. Those configurations will be mapped to the variables that differ only based on environment, right? I really should have done a better job and give you an example, but the idea here is the answer to the question is your code does not change at all between development, staging, and production. Only the configs change, and those configs are stored in terraform.tfvars file. That's what the interviewer is looking for, your knowledge about the 12-factor apps and also how that's implemented in Terraform. Okay, I hope you found this useful. If you have further questions or if you want me to cover any particular topic, please find me on LinkedIn or just simply leave a comment below, and I will see you next time.